What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today I'm going to try to provide you guys with the best places to farm for your dice for this dice game, and also I want to touch on this KOF pass. Now, in this summer pass, if you're willing to spend $5, and this is in American currency, you'll be able to get 1,850 AP, and that's actually going to help farm your dice. You'll get 20 tickets, you'll get 400 rubies, you get some gold, you'll get Element Soul selection box, which is kind of nice, and you'll get some summon tokens. Really, for $5, I think this is well worth it. It's actually a really good deal. I might go ahead and buy this $5 pack. I think it's pretty nice. And then you get to the big boy, which is $50 in American currency. And in this one here, you can actually get 2,000 AP. And again, for farming dice, it's actually really good. You'll get 4,000 rubies. You'll get, 7 summon tokens. I mean, that's the equivalent of, you're looking at 4,000 rubies. And then each one of them summon tokens is about 900 rubies. So 900 times 7. 6,300, you're looking at 10,300 rubies right there. But not only that, you get the experience bottles, you get all the capsules, 200 capsules, selection boxes. You'll get 2 double attack stones, and you'll be able to get 2 memories and 1 fest character. So, I want you to think about how many rubies you'd have to spend to be able to get that. And you'll also get 100 gold hammers and 20 elite hammers. Now think about that. This is the equivalent of, what did we say a while ago? We said 10,300 rubies, and then you got 3 characters here, or 1 character and 2 memories, and you don't even know how many rubies it would cost to be able to get those. So for some players in the game, this is actually a really, really good deal. This is one of the best deals that they've thrown out at us, and I don't really need this deal myself. I would like to have the rubies, but I personally don't need it. Most of my characters are leveled up. I'm not really going to benefit that much from it, except for maybe getting those hammers, getting the double attack stones. But even then, a lot of my characters are already leveled up. They already got stones on them. So for me, it's not really a big deal. I probably won't buy this. But I think for quite a few players out there, like moderate spenders or people that's been playing for a while, they're going to look at this and think, this is a pretty good deal. You're getting a lot of ruby value in this deal. And the fact that you can actually choose a fest character from the United banner, and they even have Hanako in here, which is actually pretty cool. And you can choose 2 fest memory selectors. So you can automatically take a character up to 3-star just by buying this pack, on top of getting the 4,000 rubies, on top of getting the extra tokens, the hammers. It's actually a pretty decent deal, but it's probably going to depend on where you're from, the amount of currency, the type of currency that you have. Some people in certain areas of the world, this is going to be probably very expensive. In American currency, I do think it's a pretty decent deal. So let me know how you're all feeling about this. I actually think this is one of the best deals. It's still not as good as the $10 pass that we had months and months ago, where we got 4,300 rubies for $10. That was the best deal we've ever had. But I do think this is much better and a step in the right direction. These past few passes we've had, really, I didn't really think were worth it. I actually think this one is, but it may depend on where you live. Now let's talk about the dice. So actually on my whale account here, I was able to get 2,000 dice yesterday, and all I did was I just went in and I did all of the event dungeons, and that's about it. I did the event dungeons, played a little bit of story mode. I didn't really do a whole lot, and I was able to get 2,000 dice. Now, you do get 300 dice a day just from logging in. I think I might have already collected it. Yeah, I already collected it. And with 2,000 dice, I was able to go, I actually did 2 rounds. Now, the thing about this, you need to do 20 rounds to get the maximum rewards in here. But it's all RNG based, depending on your dice rolls. Really depends on how many times you're going to go around with a certain amount of rolls. If you're getting, let's see, we'll roll this. Like if you're getting 2s over and over and over, it's going to take you a lot of rolls to get all the way around there. If you're getting 6s, then it's going to be a different story, right? Like I'm just getting 2 and 1. So those are terrible, terrible rolls. So, and by the way, just a quick mention, the things in this are actually really good. I'm really happy that they got rubies in here. I think that's fantastic, that you can get rubies, and you got your souls, of course, and capsules. There's a lot of good stuff in the dice game. Now, where should you farm these things? Well, as I said in yesterday's video, you can actually get them from 4 different places. You can get them in story mode, you can get them from the event dungeon, the power-up dungeon, and the epic quest. Now, I would recommend definitely everybody playing in the event dungeon and getting all of them from the event dungeon. Get as many as you can, play on the highest level or highest tier that you can in the event dungeon to get them. Play as much of this as possible. Once you're finished with that, I did a little testing for you guys, and we'll start with story mode. So in story mode, I actually played on Lunatic, and I played on one of these rounds that cost 14 AP. And what I did was, for all these different game modes, I did 10 rounds. So in this one here, I spent 140 AP in total, and I was able to get about 15 dice. 15 dice for 140 AP. The return on investment for the amount of AP that you're using wasn't really that good. So I don't think story mode, and again, this is all RNG based. You might do story mode and you might actually get more dice than that. But from my experience and from other players that I've talked to, this really isn't the best place to be farming your dice. In Epic Quest, I actually played against Episode 1 and I played against Orochi here. I went all the way to the top because I'm thinking the higher you go, the higher chance you have of getting more dice, right? Which is the way it should be. And in here, I spent, it cost 25 AP. I did 10 rounds, 250 AP, and I got 90 dice. 90 dice for 250 AP. So that really didn't feel too rewarding, actually. So I don't really think Epic Quest is a place you really should be farming your dice either. Then we get into the power-up dungeons, and this is really where I think people should be farming their dice. Now, I actually did my test in the core dungeon, but if you were doing the experience bottles or the gold dungeon, I imagine it'd be about the same. And I actually played on Lunatic here, where it cost 40 AP. I did 10 rounds, just like I did with the rest of them, which is 400 AP in total, and I got 210 dice. 210 dice in here. And again, this is all RNG based. 210 dice. So let me go ahead and auto clear this real quick. We'll do 10 rounds, right? This will be 400 AP. Let's see how many dice I get this time, if it ever loads. So we got 30, 30, 30. That's 90, 120, 150. 180, 210. 210 dice, guys. 210 dice again. This is the second time that I've done this. So 210 dice for 400 AP. And so some people think that the card is where you should go. So if we go into the cards, we'll go into this one right here. And I'll actually go on the right here, tier 6. Takes a little bit for this thing to load. And we'll do 10 rounds. Now, when I did this earlier, I actually got 90 dice. I got 90 dice for 500 AP. So we're going to try it again. Let's see how many we get this time. Boy, it takes forever for this thing to load. It's ridiculous. Okay, so we got 45, 90, 135, 180, 225, 265, 310. So 310 dice in here. 310 dice when I did tier 6 at 500 AP. So 500 AP and 310 dice. Now, earlier when I did this, I only got 90 dice. But 500 AP for 310 dice is actually really good. So my suggestion to all of you is to farm in either the card dungeon on tier 6 if you can, or tier 5. It really depends on where you're at in the game. Depends on how much CP you actually have on your characters. Obviously in tier 5 you need 24,000 CP, and tier 6 you need 37,000 CP. But it definitely the card dungeon, and I would say, either the gold, the experience bottles, the core, one of these, playing on the highest tier possible. Like I tried it on Lunatic, I didn't go on Infernal, are really the best places. So if we go into here, we'll do this 10 times. Oh my God, it's such a long loading phase. Whoops. I accidentally hit that button. Let's go ahead and replenish our life a little bit here, or replenish our energy. Now let's try it. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we got 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. So 150 dice for 400 AP. I mean, it's all RNG based is the thing. That's the problem with this kind of system is no matter where you go, you know, everybody's going to get different amounts of dice when they're doing these runs, whenever they're farming. But I personally think everybody should really go in the card dungeon or core. I mean, if you're needing cores to level up your characters, start farming in the core dungeon. If you need gold, start farming in the core in the gold dungeon. Make sure you're using a gold team. If you need cards, make sure you're farming in the card dungeon. I'm going to be farming in the card dungeon myself, not this one here. But I'm going to be farming in the card dungeon myself because I feel like this is where I'm having the most luck to get the most dice. But you can farm wherever you need to, wherever you think you actually need resources. But definitely in the Power Up Dungeon is where you're going to get the most value for the amount of AP that you're going to spend. And, you know, the dice game does last for another 17 days. So at least they gave us some time to be able to farm enough dice to hopefully do that 20 rounds around it. I really would prefer if they would just have guaranteed dice in all of these game modes. That way, you know, I can tell you exactly how much AP you're going to need. Also make sure that you're going into the exchange shop and you are collecting your AP every day from here. Make sure that you're collecting all this AP right here every single day. That's going to help out your farming for your dice. And also make sure that you're getting all your AP from Infinite Battle, from League Match. You know, make sure you're going in here and collecting all of these APs that are in here. You can see that I've already collected all this stuff. So let me know what y'all think about the KOF Pass and where are you farming for your dice. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.